History, as we've been taught, often focuses on monarchs, battles, and grand events. But tucked away in the pages of time are stories that reveal a far deeper, richer tapestry of medieval Europe. This is the hidden history of medieval Europe, the forgotten truths, overlooked achievements, and untold tales that shaped an era. Grab your lanterns as we explore the shadowy corners of history and uncover the stories that deserve the spotlight. When we think of medieval Europe, the spotlight often shines on kings, knights, and bishops. However, the era was also shaped by remarkable women whose contributions are sometimes overlooked. Behind the scenes, and occasionally front and center, stood queens, noblewomen, and even ordinary women who played pivotal roles in shaping politics, culture, and society. Queens like Eleanor of Aquitaine were not only influential in political affairs, forging alliances and commanding armies, but also served as patrons of the arts, fostering creativity and cultural growth. Their influence extended beyond courtly life, impacting literature, music, and even legal systems, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to inspire. While nobility is often highlighted, common women were the backbone of the medieval economy, playing vital roles that often go unrecognized. From merchants running bustling trade hubs and managing family businesses to farmers ensuring the survival of their communities through hard labor, their contributions were indispensable. Many women also worked as artisans and craftswomen, producing goods that fueled local economies and trade networks. Monasteries, too, became centers of education and empowerment for women, where nuns not only preserved invaluable knowledge through meticulous manuscript copying, but also provided spiritual leadership and influenced their surrounding societies. In some cases, abbesses held significant authority, even overseeing land and managing estates. Women were not just passive players in medieval history, they were active participants and shapers of it, their roles fundamental to the survival and progress of their societies. The Middle Ages weren't just about sword fights and castle sieges. Beneath the surface, this era was rich with groundbreaking technological advances that shaped Europe and laid the foundation for modern innovations. For instance, the humble mechanical clock, a remarkable product of medieval engineering, revolutionized how people experienced and measured time. These clocks, often installed in town squares or monasteries, not only brought precision to daily life, but also changed how societies organized work, prayer, and even social gatherings. This invention symbolized a shift toward a more structured and synchronized way of living, showing that the Middle Ages were far more inventive than they are often given credit for. Similarly, the development of the heavy plow revolutionized agriculture, allowing farmers to till and cultivate previously unusable, dense, or rocky soils with greater efficiency. This innovation not only boosted crop yields, but also paved the way for the expansion of farming into new regions, ultimately supporting growing populations. And what about eyeglasses? First appearing in the 13th century, these simple yet transformative tools forever changed how people worked, read, and saw the world. By correcting vision, they extended the productivity and intellectual pursuits of individuals, enabling scholars, artisans, and everyday people to continue their tasks with clarity and precision well into old age. These advancements weren't isolated events, but part of a larger movement of ingenuity that shaped entire societies. They influenced everything from trade networks and economic growth to the routines of daily life, transforming how people worked, communicated, and connected with one another. While kings and nobles commanded armies and signed decrees, it was the commoners who kept the heart of medieval Europe beating. These were the farmers, blacksmiths, weavers, and laborers who formed the backbone of society, ensuring that villages thrived and kingdoms prospered. Life wasn't easy for them, marked by hard work, limited resources, and the challenges of feudal obligations, but it was also full of stories of resilience, community, and invention. A medieval peasant's day was shaped by the rhythms of the seasons, plowing fields in spring, tending crops in summer, and harvesting in autumn. After the hard work of harvests, they found moments of joy in festivals and communal gatherings, where traditions were kept alive and bonds within the village were strengthened. Though often overlooked, their contributions were vital to the survival and progress of their world. Beyond their hard work, they found joy in storytelling, gathering around fires to pass down tales of ancestors and legends of old. Community festivities brought everyone together, celebrating the harvest, seasons, and milestones with music, dancing, and laughter. Food played a central role, from shared feasts featuring local ingredients to recipes passed down through generations. Not to mention the earliest inns and taverns, lively places where people came to rest, share news, exchange ideas, and weave new stories into the fabric of their lives. And of course, there were tradespeople, blacksmiths, bakers, and weavers, who played a crucial role in ensuring these communities thrived. Blacksmiths forged tools and weapons essential for both daily life and defense. Bakers provided the bread that sustained households, and weavers crafted textiles that clothed the population. Their work required not only skill but also immense dedication, as they balanced the challenges of their trades with the demands of local markets and the needs of their neighbors. Their daily joys, struggles, and creativity were integral to the medieval fabric, weaving together the unseen stories of resilience and craftsmanship that often go unnoticed in mainstream historical narratives. The rise of universities during the Middle Ages significantly transformed the way people thought about education, marking a pivotal moment in intellectual history. Institutions like the University of Bologna, founded in 1088, and the Sorbonne, established in the 13th century, became hubs of knowledge and scholarship. These universities attracted students and scholars from across Europe, creating a melting pot of ideas and cultural exchange. Within their walls, future lawyers, theologians, and philosophers engaged in rigorous debates, questioning established norms and exploring new concepts. The structured curriculums based on disciplines like law, medicine, and theology laid the groundwork for what would eventually evolve into the modern education system. This era not only fostered academic growth, but also encouraged a spirit of inquiry that would influence generations to come. These universities didn't just teach, they became hubs of innovation, fostering groundbreaking research and encouraging curiosity that pushed the boundaries of knowledge. They created thriving intellectual communities where scholars collaborated, debated, and refined ideas, and produced visionary thinkers whose contributions would go on to shape science, art, philosophy, and society for centuries to come. In an era where cooperation was crucial, guilds emerged as vital institutions, becoming the backbone of medieval society. These powerful organizations of tradespeople regulated their crafts, upheld quality standards, and protected their members from unfair competition or exploitation. By setting rules for apprenticeships, pricing, and production, guilds ensured that their trades maintained a high level of expertise and trust within the community. Beyond their economic influence, guilds also played a significant role in shaping medieval cities, economically, socially, and even politically. They organized festivals, supported local charities, and wielded considerable political power, often influencing city governance and decision-making. Through their activities, guilds not only strengthened their members' livelihoods, but also contributed to the cohesive fabric of medieval urban life. Whether you were a brewer, carpenter, or silk weaver, guilds not only provided you with essential skills to master your craft, but also offered a strong sense of community and an elevated status within society. These organizations regulated trade, ensured quality standards, and often acted as a support network, offering protection and opportunities for members to thrive both professionally and socially. Pilgrimages were more than just spiritual journeys. They were acts of devotion, adventure, and sometimes even survival. These sacred travels often required immense physical endurance and unwavering faith, as pilgrims braved harsh weather, treacherous roads, and long distances. Sites like Santiago de Compostela in Spain and Canterbury in England became central destinations, drawing thousands from across Europe. Pilgrims, united by their shared faith and the hope for miracles, sought healing, redemption, or simply a deeper connection to the divine, making these journeys transformative experiences that shaped both their lives and the cultural fabric of their time. These pilgrimages weren't always safe, as travelers often faced harsh conditions, long and treacherous journeys, and the threat of bandits or illness. Yet, they represented a shared sense of humanity and devotion that crossed borders, cultures, and social classes, bringing people together in pursuit of spiritual fulfillment and a deeper connection to their faith. Medieval medicine combined wisdom from ancient texts, such as those written by Hippocrates and Galen, with practical knowledge passed down through generations. Many treatments relied on the natural world, with herbs, plants, and minerals forming the basis of remedies. While some practices, like bloodletting or the use of charms, may seem strange or ineffective by modern standards, they were rooted in the medical theories of the time, such as balancing the body's humors. Healers, midwives, and local apothecaries were vital lifelines for their communities, treating wounds, assisting in childbirth, and crafting herbal medicines tailored to specific ailments. Despite limited scientific understanding, These individuals played a crucial role in caring for the sick and injured, often relying on observation and experience to refine their methods. From hospitals run by monks to traveling physicians bringing care to remote villages, medieval medicine, though limited by the knowledge and resources of the time, played a crucial role in addressing the health needs of society. Treatments were often based on a mix of herbal remedies, religious practices, and early surgical techniques. Despite its limitations, this period laid an important foundation for many medical advancements we rely on today, shaping the evolution of healthcare practices over centuries. Religious devotion inspired some of the most breathtaking art of the Middle Ages, leaving a legacy of creativity and craftsmanship that still captivates us today. Cathedrals became grand canvases with towering spires reaching toward heaven, symbolizing a connection to the divine. Inside, intricate sculptures and carvings adorned walls and altars, while dazzling stained glass windows cast colorful, ethereal light onto worshippers below, telling biblical stories in vivid detail. Meanwhile, monks in quiet monasteries painstakingly illuminated manuscripts, transforming simple texts into works of art with gold leaf, vibrant pigments, and intricate patterns. These creations were not just expressions of faith, but also a testament to the era's dedication to beauty and storytelling. This artistry connected the earthly and the divine, weaving together intricate designs and profound symbolism that reflected the spiritual aspirations of its creators. It left behind a legacy of unmatched beauty and devotion, a testament to the human desire to bridge the mortal and the eternal. The Black Death, a catastrophic plague, swept through Europe in the 14th century with devastating consequences, killing millions and wiping out nearly a third of the population. This unprecedented loss of life not only decimated communities, but also triggered significant social and economic shifts. Entire villages were abandoned, and the resulting labor shortages forced landowners to compete for workers, giving peasants new bargaining power. This shift began to challenge the rigid structures of feudalism, as traditional hierarchies were disrupted and workers demanded better wages and conditions. Beyond its immediate toll, the plague set the stage for long-term societal transformations, reshaping the trajectory of European history. From this darkness emerged glimmers of change, small yet significant sparks of hope that gradually grew brighter, paving the way for a transformed and resilient Europe, ready to rebuild and redefine its future. In the courts of medieval Europe, love wasn't just a feeling, it was an ideal deeply intertwined with the social and moral fabric of the time. Courtly love and the chivalric code established a framework for romance that celebrated devotion, loyalty, and virtuous behavior. This ideal often emphasized unattainable or forbidden love, where knights pledged their hearts to noble women, inspiring tales of passion and restraint. Stories of brave knights embarking on perilous quests symbolized not only their loyalty to their lords and ladies, but also their commitment to higher moral and spiritual ideals. These traditions left a lasting imprint on literature, poetry, and art, shaping our understanding of romance and heroism even in modern times. The Vikings weren't just fearsome warriors, they were also skilled farmers, traders, and settlers who left a lasting influence wherever they went. Known for their impressive longships, they navigated vast seas and rivers, reaching regions as far as North America, the Middle East, and Central Asia. From establishing the Danelaw in England to founding key trade routes in Russia, they reshaped the political, cultural, and economic landscapes of medieval Europe. Their influence extended to art, language, and governance, with traces of their legacy still visible in modern societies today. Their legacy was more than raids. It was woven into the very fabric of medieval society, shaping trade routes, influencing cultural exchanges, and leaving an indelible mark on art, law, and governance across the regions they touched. The Crusades were a series of conflicts driven by a mix of religious faith, political ambition, and economic interests. These campaigns, often marked by brutal warfare and significant loss of life, aimed to secure control over the Holy Land. However, beyond the battles, the Crusades also acted as a catalyst for cultural exchange, facilitating the spread of ideas, goods, and technologies between the East and the West. This exchange would leave a lasting impact on art, science, and trade, shaping the course of history in unexpected ways. The Crusades connected Europe to a wider world, fostering both conflict and collaboration. These religious wars not only brought military clashes, but also facilitated cultural exchanges, trade, and the transfer of knowledge between Europe, the Middle East, and beyond. In an age before printing presses, televisions, and radios, music and storytelling were the lifeblood of medieval entertainment, bringing communities together and preserving culture. Bards, troubadours, and minstrels roamed from village to village, castle to castle, carrying epic tales to every corner of the land. They sang of heroic battles, gods and mythical creatures, and the joys and sorrows of love, both lost and gained. These storytellers not only entertained, but also preserved history and traditions, weaving legends into the fabric of daily life, and ensuring that the stories of their time would live on for generations. These performances weren't just entertainment, they were powerful expressions of culture, history, and human emotion, offering audiences a glimpse into the traditions, struggles, and triumphs of those who came before us. Through music, dance, and storytelling, they connected people across time and space, reminding us of our shared humanity. Medieval clothing was more than just functional. It served as a status symbol and a reflection of personal and social identity. The type of fabric, colors, and embellishments worn often indicated a person's rank, wealth, and occupation. The wool trade, a cornerstone of medieval Europe's economy, provided durable and versatile materials for clothing, while imported silk, intricate embroidery, and vibrant dyes like indigo and cochineal were reserved for the wealthy elite and nobility, symbolizing their affluence and power. Even commoners, though limited in resources, expressed individuality through their practical and durable attire, often crafted from homespun wool or linen, and carefully maintained to last through the rigors of daily life. Clothing in the medieval period wasn't just about keeping warm. It told a story of the wearer's place in the world. Fashion became a vibrant thread in Europe's cultural tapestry, weaving together influences from art, history, and societal shifts to create a dynamic expression of identity and creativity. Beyond their imposing walls, castles were not only military strongholds, but also centers of governance, community, and innovation. These towering structures served as symbols of power and authority, with their design offering both protection and prestige. Lords ruled from their keeps, dispensing justice, resolving disputes, and overseeing trade that flowed through the surrounding lands. Within the castle grounds, bustling communities of artisans, servants, and soldiers worked to sustain daily life, while new ideas in architecture and defense strategies often took shape, reflecting the ingenuity of the time. Every stone laid told a story of power, survival, and the shaping of landscapes, reflecting the hands that built them, the struggles they endured, and the lasting impact they left on the world around them. We've explored the role of women, marveled at overlooked medieval inventions, and walked in the shoes of common villagers. Beyond the grand battles and royal courts lies the true heartbeat of medieval Europe, a world richer and more complex than most know. History doesn't just belong to the victors, it belongs to everyone. To learn more about these fascinating stories, dig into the resources linked in the description below. And if you enjoyed uncovering this hidden history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more immersive historical explorations.